What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, and we're back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle. Alright, so we got the Kid BUU how to build, but really quickly, I do want to apologize about the last video. I happened to notice during the editing process that the screen looked kind of like washed out, kind of like lighter than it normally does, so I think I fixed that. I think my high dynamic range was causing that issue, but I think I fixed it for this one, so... Alright, he is Majin of Destruction, BUU, Kid. Leader skill, Battle of Fate, or Majin Buu Saga, Key 3, HP attack and defense of 170. Super attack is Elimination Burst Extreme. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage with a high chance of stunning the enemy. So again, sticking with the 50% chance that the Goku had still, which is awesome. Passive skill is Eternal Cataclysm. Key 3, HP attack and defense of 250%, I'm sorry. Plus an additional attack and defense of 40% with each attack performed up to 160. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack, so he's guaranteed to launch a second attack, which has a 50% chance of that attack being a super attack, so that could be 2 supers in 1 turn. 50% chance of performing a crit, so high chance. Reduces damage received by 20% all time, plus an additional attack and defense of 40% up to 120%, plus an additional damage reduction of 10% up to 30% per Majin Power or Majin Buu Saga category ally on the team. So generally when you run him alongside the new Buuhan, he's going to have really high defense and damage reduction. He's going to have 50% damage reduction all the time on that team and insanely high attack stat and defensive stats. Plus, once he's performed 4 attacks, which he gets 2 every turn guaranteed from the way his passive is up to this point, it'll take 2 turns to get to that max. Plus an additional defense of 100% and damage reduction of 20% before the character receives an attack 6 times in battle. So from attacks 1 through 6, he has an additional 20% damage reduction and 100% defense. So if you're running him on his best case scenario, he's got 20% damage reduction, 30% damage reduction, 20% damage reduction. So that gives him 70% damage reduction before he gets hit 7 times. Plus he gets the additional 100% defense for those first 6 or 7 hits too. 5 or 6 hits, I'm sorry, too. On top of that damage reduction. So that's kind of really nice. And each time he gets hit, you recover 20% HP at the end of the turn. So that's kind of really nice too. And it's only 1 time though. By the way I worded that, I understand could sound funny. But he recovers 20% HP at the end of the turn in which an attack was received. So if he gets hit once, or he gets hit 7 times, he still only recovers 20% that turn. Nullifies unarmed super attacks directed at the character for 3 turns from the character's entry turn. So it'd have to be like a attack where Goku like punches or something, or someone punches at him. So it's an unarmed super attack, but it's not considered like a melee attack. It's a weird the way they do these, but he has a chance of nullifying those for the first 3 turns, and then has 70% chance beyond that point. So the way they do the unarmed, armed, and all that, I never really paid attention too much to that. It didn't bother me, but. Either way, his active skill is Evil War Cry, which gives him attack and defense of 20% in battle, which means once it's activated, he gets that additional 20% attack and defense buff for the remainder of the fight. Can be activated when there's a Majin Buu Saga category enemy, or after the character receives an attack 6 or more times. So you lose your damage reduction of 20%, but you gain 20% defense and 20% attack. But then technically you lose that 100%, so you're really losing 80% defense to gain 20% attack. So I don't know if that's really worth getting to that point, but it is what it is. His skills look pretty decent, his link skills, I mean. His 200% leaders are, well, as you can see right here, this BUU specifically was the one I was talking about. Either one of these 2 BUUs would do fantastic for him as a leader skill, plus the Glorio and the new Kid Goku that just came out. So his stats look pretty nice, honestly. His health is ridiculously high, almost 30,000 you're looking at for a health stat, and almost 20,000 for attack stat. A little under 12,000 for defense, but it's not terrible. But I mean, looking at his link partners, he's got some pretty decent ones in this guy and probably this guy. These 2 are probably his best 2 link partners. But if you can find one that gives you big bad bosses, which I'm trying to find really quickly, he has big bad bosses, right? He does. I just don't know who on here he would link with big bad bosses with, to be honest. Is it you? Yeah, he would have big bad bosses with him. So I'm assuming the tech one would fit the same token as this one. But how are we going to build this guy now? So he's very different. How I'm going to say we build him, because he's weird in the sense of he has no dodge chance at all, I'm going to say let's go straight with top left. We're going to do, he's got 5 crit built in automatically because he's STR plus the 50% chance to crit, so we're not doing anything crit. So we're going to go top left, 5 crit, 3 additional, 6 dodge. And then bottom right, we're going to go 3 additional, 9 dodge. So it's going to be a total of 6 additional, 5 crit, 15 dodge, all the way across the board. And for his skill orbs, we're going to do additional dodge because this man needs that high chance to do those additional supers to greatly raise his defense and offense, or attack technically, and it'll get him closer to getting his max a lot faster. Plus it'll stack these for that turn, and as well as, let's say when his damage reduction isn't fully optimal, let's say you don't have this for some reason and you've taken 6 attacks in battle and you're relying only on that 20%, you have the higher chance of dodging. But thank you guys for watching. That is how I recommend we build the STR Kid BUU. I will see you guys next time for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. See you guys then.